Okay, in prior lessons about subordinate clauses and commas, I had shown the logical relationships that are established because of subordinate clauses, as well as time relationships and the like, and also have gone over why we need to punctuate it a certain way, why we have commas. And I'm actually bringing everything back to that main point. Starting with part A here, first understanding we really need to recap is that subordinate clauses cannot stand on their own and need the presence of an independent clause. They cannot stand as sentences. Second thing that we need to remember is that if we start the sentence with the subordinate clause, you have to put a comma after it. And this is because, as is shown in the red text, that there is a natural pause between the two. The example that I give here is, although students would prefer to eat candy as a snack, fruit is a better and more nutritious choice. We have our subordinate clause to start, and then we have our independent clause. The subordinating conjunction is although, and it's a compare and contrast type of subordinating conjunction. Although students would prefer to eat candy as a snack, pause, fruit is a better and more nutritious choice. So that's an important example, and we show those things. C, if you start with an independent clause and go into the subordinate clause, there's no comma needed to separate the two. And the same example as above with although, I'm just inverting the word order. So the clause order. So fruit is a better and more nutritious choice, although students would prefer to eat candy as a snack. Once again, subordinating conjunction, subordinate clause here at the end, but because we started independent and went into the subordinate clause, there's no pause between the two, and that's why we don't have a comma after the word choice. And once again, in the red text it says, notice there's no pause. So essentially, if we understand those relationships, we can punctuate our sentences effectively, and that really comes down to being able to classify and identify the clauses that we're writing with and also seeing when we're reading. Using subordinated clauses with independent clauses shows complexity of thought and clarity of logical relationships. That's a key understanding that you need to have about using subordinating conjunctions, and that was clearly illustrated in lesson 4D when I compared and contrasted the two paragraphs, one with subordinating conjunctions and transitional phrases, and the other one with those edited out, and being able to try to listen to and make sense of what was going on in the paragraph. So this is why subordinate clauses are really important. This is how we punctuate them, where we have independent leading into subordinate, no comma. But if we have subordinate leading into independent, there is a comma after them because there is a pause. Now we've illustrated all the logical relationships between things, as well as how it sounds and how we construct sentences, and how that really is going to affect our writing.